Hey baddies, it's your girl Bevy with Herscripts, and on this channel we talk about the science of hair growth and hair loss. So today I'm going to do a what the F, what's in the formula for, obviously it's big right now, the launch of Beyonce's hair care line, Cecred. Now before I go into it, if you're new to this channel, let me tell you how I typically handle my what the F reviews. First things first, no, I didn't buy the product and I didn't try the product. I typically do reviews on a ton of products. I do not get them for free, I have to pay for them, and I do it on a ton of premium and luxury products that cost bread. Now, I'm not gonna go run out and buy everything if it's not worth it to me. How I handle reviews is I understand the pharmacology of drugs, of products, of formulations. I understand ingredient formulations. And so I pretty much look at all the weird words that no one else looks at. I look at the formulation of the products and I see if the products basically have any type of technologies, if there's any type of proprietary technologies or blends in the products. I understand the science behind the product formulations, if the formulations are optimal for what the marketing says it's supposed to do. To make this very straightforward and easy, I take a look at what the function of the product is supposed to be. Does it work based on the science and the product formulation? Are there any ingredients that are clinically proven to do what it says it's supposed to do? Are there any toxic chemicals? Blase, blase, blase. If it passed the Herscripts check, the sniff test, okay? If it passed that, then I may run out and buy it. I've done this many a times. I run out and buy it because I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is it. If not, I'm not spending all that. I mean, listen, if y'all want to donate the products to me so that I can go ahead and review them, please, by all means. And I'm not big enough to be invited to the influencer event that Beyonce recently had. Not yet, anyway. So this is a completely unbiased, objective review. Also, something that's very important is I'm not a stan. I do like some of her stuff, not everything. So I have to put that out there because, again, this is an unbiased perspective. Y'all's queen, honey, went ahead and launched a brand, not mine, okay? Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. So first things first is, I know the big question, because I know there's a lot of controversy behind it, which is a good thing for her anyway, for the record, because all publicity is good publicity. It's being talked about regardless, and because she's Beyonce, she has a ton of fans that's gonna support what she does. For me, I more so care, does these products actually work? You know, right? Like, do they really work? Are they real good products? Or does she just take just generic products and slap her name on it because she knows she's gonna sell, right? At least one time, right? She's gonna sell. Is this a cash grab? Is this something that is really beneficial to you? Should you run out and get it? So you got to stick to the end of the video for all of that information, for me to tell you how I feel. But then also, you know, I might provide some, you know, comparisons and stuff like that to existing products in the market. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it before y'all start, you talk too much. You talk too much. I say it all the time. All right, so I'm on the website for Cecred, and I'm gonna tell you, typically my brain works is I automatically run. So I look at all the tabs to see if there's anything juicy here that I want to see. So the first thing that I saw was there's a tab that's called the science, and then it says we're redefining keratin recovery science through the power of fermentation, and then they talk about a patent pending tech. So immediately I was like, ooh, they got a technology, honey. They got a patent pending technology, and automatically that, you know, I love hearing stuff like that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, I love technologies because they have different mechanism of actions or different ways to make the product work more optimally. So the product is going to enhance the product efficacy when you see a technology automatically. So it's patent pending, and also because it's patent pending, that means that it's going to be proprietary and specific to just this brand. So no other brand is going to have it. So what the secret sauce of K18 and other products like oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh my gosh, what's the name of the product? Oh my gosh, Olaplex. Ooh, is that they have proprietary technologies, ingredients, in those cases peptides. So okay, automatically I'm like, okay, well listen, she spent some money on this brand. This is not a cheapy brand. I already knew the price point would be a little high just from reading that, because these technologies are not cheap. So immediately I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm not surprised, because Beyonce got the money. She can definitely afford to, you know, really put some money on research and development. So I already knew where to categorize utilize this immediately because it's going to be a premium brand. This is not your, you know, and it may be in Target, but I'm just saying it's not your beauty supply, you know what I'm saying? It's not that type of brand. It's not a drugstore brand immediately. And I never would have thought that with her anyway. But anyway, let's keep going. So this is a new kind of keratin recovery science, okay? Keratin is the #1 protein that our hair is made up of. It says enhanced through the power of fermentation. So when I saw that it's a keratin recovery science, I already knew, okay, this is gonna be some type of strengthening protein situationship because it's going to fortify the existing keratin that we have. The goal of fortifying keratin is to strengthen your hair. So that's just I didn't go into anything else yet. So enhanced through the power of fermentation, our powerful hair technology closely matches and replaces depleted proteins. Its molecular weight is small enough to deeply penetrate the hair's cortex to visibly strengthen weak, damaged, or highly manipulated hair. I already said that. So our technology is made up of 3 ingredients: bioactive keratin, ethically sourced, natural wool protein from bioavailable for easy penetration, mimics keratin human hair, and delivers a deep protein infusion. Honey, which is a humectant, right? So basically that's going to hydrate. So when you see honey in any product, the goal of that is to lock in moisture and to draw moisture from the atmosphere. So you're double whammy if you're in a humidic. That's not a word. Y'all, I'm much smarter than what is coming on. It's early. Yeah, honey. And then lactobacillus ferment. Now, lactobacillus, immediately reading lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is basically, it's a probiotic. And then you're probably wondering, well, what do you need probiotics for your hair for? More than likely, when you see lactobacillus or when you see a probiotic, it's more for scalp health than anything else. So basically, based on this, I could tell you right away that a couple of things. So the way that this is going to work, or the way this patented technology works, is that because of the bioactive keratin, the fermentation process, basically what it does is it may break down the keratin into small little peptides with lower molecular weight, allowing basically the hair cortex, allowing deeper penetration into the hair cortex. So essentially what it is a peptide, right? And the goal of it being fermented is to break it down even smaller so that there's absorption into the cortex. What does that mean in English? What that means is basically it's going to be absorbed into the hair to actually be more effective. It's increasing the effectiveness and the efficacy of the peptide. So it's not going to be so big that it's just going to sit on your hair and just create a film. It's actually going to penetrate the cortex and actually go in and strengthen the hair. So I'm not going to lie, so far I'm very impressed, right? Because this is not just marketing. And I'm definitely one of those girls that's going to tell you when it's just marketing, when somebody is basically just selling you on marketing and it just got good fluff words. But so far this is really good. Hey baddies, it's your girl Bevy, and I'm interrupting you really quickly because I have to ask this very important question. Why am I not at 100K subscribers yet? Let's keep it a buck. I'm giving you real content. I'm dropping game for free, and I have loads of comments, okay? Loads of comments from my baddies saying that my content has helped them on their path to hair regrowth, okay? Effective hair regrowth. So please, okay, help a sister out. Start liking, okay? Liking these videos to help me in the algorithm. Subscribe to this channel. Share this content with your friends that may or may not be honest about whether or not they need my help, okay? And most importantly, I'm dropping a hair growth serum very soon. Please click the link down in the description box, okay? And leave your information so that you can be the first to know. I'm about to turn the hair loss treatment, okay, space upside down on its head because the gatekeepers don't look like me, and I'm about to fix that, okay? I'm looking out for your interests. I'm really helping you because I really care. This is my mission and I need your support. So that's all I had to say, okay? Continue on. Obviously the keratin, like I mentioned, is mimicking your natural keratin. The point of having keratin in any product is to strengthen, and that works because it's fortifying the existing keratin. So it's kind of helping your keratin. If your keratin, it says here, depleted, or you're losing protein, which is something that happens over time, right? Just replacing that keratin is fortifying that keratin. Again, the honey is a humectant, it's good for hydration, and the lactobacillus, essentially what I think is doing is basically, it's creating a great environment environment, probably balancing the pH as well of the scalp, is basically creating a conducive environment for hair health, and it just can support managing the homeostasis of the bacteria that's on your scalp, because we have bacteria all over our body, FYI. So it's kind of creating a really good environment. What it's doing is just like, it's like, think about hair growth, like, and I don't have a green thumb, but it's like planting, right? You want the perfect soil for your seeds to actually grow. And so that's what the lactobacillus is doing. And actually it's a prebiotic, not a probiotic, excuse me for the correction, but it's basically in the pre-probiotic. That's what it is in the family. So to get off the science of this, basically the way this is going to work is the technology is optimal for strengthening your hair, hydrating and nourishing your hair, and providing scalp health. So I'm not gonna lie, so far I'm really impressed. Now I kept reading to see if this technology is in every product. I'm assuming yes, like why wouldn't it be? So just wanted to say that. So now, that's basically the benefits of the patented technology. So with that so far, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed, right? I'm like, okay. So then the next thing I did was I took the quiz, and I might insert some pictures or video, whatever, of me taking the quiz, because I'm interested in seeing what kind of quiz it was. And basically it was a standard, quiz, that kind of product recommendation quiz that tells you which product combinations you should buy based on the type of results you want. So I said that I wanted, fuller, thicker hair because I have fine hair. I said that I wanted to hydrate my hair. I want to strengthen my hair. I said everything, and obviously it went ahead and recommended all the products that does all the things that I requested. Okay, so I'll try to show you that here. So I took that, and then the way the site works, which I'm not here to review the site, is basically it's just gonna tell you, okay, you can buy all these products, or you can buy individual what you want. But anyway, so now what I typically do when there's a new product launch, especially hair care, right? So these aren't stylers, by the way. So she doesn't have any edge control here. She doesn't have any gel. She doesn't have any styling cream. I don't know if that's coming. Honestly, this doesn't look like this is that type of brand. This is all about hair care, right? So when I look at hair care brands, there's two things that I always go for. They can have 99 products, but the number two products that top two products I always look for any brand is, do they have a protein treatment or a strengthening treatment, and do they have a hydrating treatment? Because those are the key to hair care, okay? Those are the keys to hair care. You want to strengthen your hair, and you want to hydrate and nourish your hair, okay? Hydrate and nourish is the same. So that's the goal of hair care. So I'm gonna go ahead and break down those two products because I wanted to see individual product now. I'm already impressed by the technology, if I be honest. And again, I want to not like it for a lot of different reasons, but I said this is an unbiased perspective. And for me, just to make sure I clarify what I mean, but I want to not like it. I'm typically not a fan of any celebrity brand, okay? Any celebrity brand. And not because celebrities don't really care for hair, and not because they don't, but because with celebrities, like with anything, it could be, a lot of times it could be a cash grab. There are the few that really, really are passionate about anything, or they're passionate about that particular topic, So it's a blessing and a curse of being the celebrity, right? Because at the same time, it's like, you can really be passionate, but because you're a celebrity, people won't believe you. But I typically tend to stay away from celebrity brands. I lean more towards brands that are developed by dermatologists, hair practitioners, trichologists. I lean more towards those because that's these people's life work, okay? But you have the few celebrities that really care, and that really, 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 really genuinely care about their products. And I'll give you an example, like Pattern Beauty by Tracy Ellis Ross. Beautiful, wonderful brand. Beautiful, wonderful brand. So anyway, moving back onto the point. So I'm going to the shop and I'm looking at the treatments, okay? The first treatment, like I said, I look for treatment mask, I look for strengthening mask. So I saw the reconstructing treatment mask. So I'm gonna just review two, because again, I can't review the entire line, and you can't just put a blanket review on everything, right? One product could be exceptional, and then the rest of them could be trash. So anyway, now let me read what it says here. The reconstruction treatment mask already has 37 reviews, is $42, as Auntie Jackie would say. Hair repair in a jar, powered by our patent pending bioactive keratin ferment. So yes, it does have that. So you already know it's gonna work because it already has this patent pending technology that includes that peptide for strengthening, the hydration, and the prebiotic. This treatment is clinically tested to reduce damage, increase visible strength, and improve shine after one use. So yes, B has the money to pay for a clinical study. It's not a clinical study. It's like a study that's done by a manufacturer, right? They pay a third party lab or whatever to do a quick study for them. So we'll go into that in a little bit more. more, but so it's proven to be effective, right? But we'll talk about that in detail. So details: our reconstructing treatment mask isn't your average repair mask. This clinically tested treatment features our patent pending bioactive keratin ferment, which repairs damage and reduces breakage by 2x, right? And there's 2 asterisks. I'm going to look at what it is. So antioxidants, vitamin E, and cuticle sealing oil blend fill in microactives and enhance shine for hair that looks visibly healthier after just 1 treatment. Formulated without silicones, without SLS, SLES, which is basically, sodium lauryl sulfate, phthalates, and parabens. Most new brands don't have that. Who's it for? Hair seeking, damage repair, color treatments, chemicals treatments, or heat style. By the way, did I mention this is a brand for everybody, right? It's an all-inclusive brand. So that's not just for curly hair. It's not just for kinky coils. It's not just for people of color. This is for everyone. Straight hair, wavy hair. It's for everyone. So how to use really quickly. This is not a deep conditioner. Use the reconstructing treatment mask after shampooing and before conditioning when you need to repair damage. I'm noticing that a lot of these new brands are doing that because conditioners have a silicone or a film that kind of creates a barrier over your hair that doesn't allow for penetration. So a lot of these brands want you to shampoo your hair to get your hair clean, create a clean, refreshed environment so that their product can actually penetrate the cortex. And that's why when you are using like a bond repair or you're using like a strengthening mask like this one, they prefer that you not put conditioner over it. You can use your conditioner after, right? But not before. Now, is this a bond repair? Technically, no. It's a protein treatment. That's what it is. And then, of course, what differentiates? I have a whole video on that. So go check that video out because I'm not gonna tell you that. But there is a big difference between bond repair. Well, no, there is a nuanced difference between bond repair and protein treatment, but they do toe the line. They can toe the line, right? If when she gets her patent, once the patent is approved, can she start promoting it as a bond repair? Maybe she can, right? Maybe she can. But again, I'm not here to discuss the marketing and the sales techniques here, okay? We're here to talk about the product. So for the best results, cover your hair with plastic cap. With a plastic cap, add heat with the hooded dryer, steamer, blah, blah, blah. Leave it for 20 minutes, rinse thoroughly, follow with their moisturizing deep conditioner, which we're going to talk about next. There's a video. We're not doing that. And the key benefits, and then the part that you guys are waiting for me to do, which is the ingredients, right? But we're going to do that in a minute. Key benefits: clinically tested to reduce damage and improve strength and shine after 1 use. As I mentioned, they paid a third-party lab to do this. Basically, they did it with 35 participants, so 35 people. So after 1 use, it showed visible repair to the hair. Biokeratin ferment repairs damage and reduces breakage by 2 times. This is, again, their patent technology, which is also tested by a third-party lab. Seals the cuticle and fills micro cavities for smoother hair, color safe for human hair, wigs, weaves. When you seal your cuticles and you fill micro cavities, that's really good for repairing split ends and preventing split ends. Okay, so far it's up there, right? So this is a brand that you would see in Sephora. This is a brand that you would see in Ulta, but possibly more Sephora than Ulta. So she positions herself as a Sephora brand for sure. And she's kind of up there trying to battle it out with like a Keratos, right? Like big brands, big research and R&D brands, research and development brands, scientific brands. This is positioned as a scientific brand, hands down. This is not positioned as a hair care brand at Target. I'm just telling you that, okay? Again, no shade to those brands. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about the position, which I keep doing because the way my mind is thinking now as marketing, this is what I'm doing. Sorry, ingredients. So let's look at the ingredients, okay? And let me look at my notes. So now the first thing that we are looking at basically, hold on. So I want to tell you, there's a couple of things when I look at ingredients. Number one, the main things that I look at for ingredients is the mechanism of action. How does it work? Safety, efficacy. Safety meaning, are there any toxic chemicals or chemicals that could potentially be harmful to my strands or to my scalp, right? I look at efficacy. Does it really work? And is there any clinical data that supports the efficacy of it? And what's the overall benefit to my hair? Like, is it optimal? Is the formulation optimal for it to do what it's supposed to do, right? So the reconstruction treatment mask has a few few ingredients that is specific to conditioning and repairing the hair. The lactobacillus, the honey, the keratin firmament. So basically their patented technology, like I said, that's there for conditioning and repairing the hair. Then they have hydrolyzed wheat protein, which is good, again, for repairing the hair by strengthening the hair and providing amino acids and peptides that build the blocks of your keratin. Easy English, it is just strengthening your hair by fortifying your keratin, making your strands stronger, okay? Resilient, more malleable, so that way it doesn't snap when you're combing, when you're brushing. It doesn't break. It's trying to repair breakage. Glycerin and squalene. Now let me say something about this. It has both, which I'm very impressed by, because a lot of times you'll see a brand that has either glycerin or squalene. These are both humectants that attract moisture into the hair. You know that the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of hair care is moisture retention, right? And strengthening, right? I will say this. She has moisture retention in so many ways, it's not even funny. Through the glycerin, the squalene, and through the patented technology. So I could already tell that when you use this, your hair is gonna feel real supple. Like if you're in the desert, your hair is gonna be moist, okay? So again, this is not coming from a Beyonce stan at all. It's not. And I have other opinions that's not relevant to the actual ingredients and to the actual efficacy of the product. That's why I'm holding them, because it's irrelevant. All right, next thing she has is the Olea Europea, or olive fruit oil, Argania spinosa kernel oil, Adansonia. I don't know if I said that correctly. Basically a whole bunch of oils, right? Usually when you see oils, a lot of these type of oils, these oils are very important for the fatty acids. Fatty acids are really there to nourish your hair. They're there for optimal hydration, for optimal moisture, and they really support hair growth. And again, if you watch me, you know supporting hair growth doesn't mean it stimulates hair growth. Supporting hair growth means that all this is going to support retention, length retention, right? And then she has watermelon seed oil and rice oil. And these oils are basically emollients, and they're antioxidants. Why is an emollient good? An emollient is essentially a moisturizer. It's a moisturizer, in this case, for your hair. So it's not only going to hydrate your hair the one time when you apply it, but it's going to continue to moisturize your hair over time. I'm not gonna lie, so far so good. Now, she has a couple of ingredients, which I'm not going to name all, because these are like the real weird names that you guys look at and you ignore because you don't know what they are. But basically, she has some ingredients in here that are thickeners and detanglers, right? To improve the manageability of your hair. So the detanglers are to improve the manageability if you have, you know, curlier hair, thicker hair, coarser hair. If your hair is just, if it's more tangle prone, this is going to have good slip, is what it's saying. And it's going to make it easier for you to manage your hair. And it also has the thickeners for people who have fine hair. It's going to make your hair look thicker. So when you use this product, if you are a finer hair person, like me, it's going to give the appearance of fuller hair. So how does this product work? The mechanism of action, basically, it works by strengthening your hair through the protein-based ingredients like the hydrolyzed proteins and the technology that they have, the moisture retention, and the nourishment through the oils, right? And the fatty acids that provide nutrients to the hair. The benefit to you in English is that it's going to repair your hair, it's going to strengthen your hair, it's going to improve your manageability of your hair, all the stuff that I already said. Now, as far as safety, here's what I'm going to say as far as safety. Now, there is, and I didn't read that, but there are a fragrance in these products, okay? She did decide to go with the fragrance, which I could understand, because these type of science-based products, they can stink. So you want to go ahead and use fragrance. And some people just want to smell good when they use their products. So if you're someone who's sensitive skin, you're prone to some type of, you know, irritation naturally, the fragrance may irritate you. But for most people, it has fragrance in it, right? Other than that, there's, you know, if you have sensitivities to certain things, you just got to know for yourself, right? But other than that, there's nothing toxic in here. And I will say this. There are ingredients in here that are clinically proven to strengthen your hair. So, you know, listen, here's what I'm going to say. And stick to the end, right? Because I like to have something for people of different budgets. I will say this. I'm impressed with what I see so far, right? For if you remove the name Beyonce and the controversy around it or whatever, you like her, love her, we're just focused on the product. This is a really powerful strengthening treatment that hydrates, nourishes. Like, would I try it? Maybe I would, right? Like I said, I have other opinions about other things that is not relevant here. So, next is I want to talk about the, and I'm going to give you dupes for this. Actually, let me give it to you now. Let me give you dupes now for people in, different budgets, and you're like, okay, I like it. Or maybe you don't like Beyonce, you're anti-Beyonce, whoever, whatever. Let me give you some dupes. So some dupes, and again, when I say dupes, these are different price points. Not all of them are cheaper, but keep in mind, for me, a dupe is very, very similar formulations. These are formulations that are gonna be similar, but they're gonna be different. They're not the exact same. They're not Me Too's, but they're very similar. You're gonna lack in certain areas. For example, they're not gonna have the patented technology, the peptide technology, right? It's not gonna have that. But anyway, so good ones would be the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate Plus Repair Protein Power. That one is good because it strengthens and it hydrates. The goal here is to strengthen and hydrate at the same time. This is what the strengthening mask does. The Apogee Keratin 2-minute constructor. Now this is different in that it's mostly to strengthen. And then if you want drugstore, L'Oreal Paris Elvive, the Total Repair 5 Damage Erasing Balm. So that's for you if you're looking for a dupe, right? And I'll try to put them somewhere, right? Obviously here because it's a clear wall, but whatever, right? These are dupes for you if you just don't want to support whatever you want to do. These are dupes for you. Keep in mind, will it be as effective? Will it be as efficacious? No, right? Being honest. Now, let's look at the moisturizing deep conditioner. Let's read the details. So the moisturizing deep conditioner already has 40 reviews, and usually when you see stuff like this, not that these are fake reviews, but a lot of times they have the beta testers. They have people that, like, for example, Plug, right? Herscripts is first going to launch a beta, right, to the beta group, and those are only the people that sign up using the link down below. I had to do that, sorry. And so those are going to be the people first in the market to try this out, right? So the live big Herscripts launch could be in a couple of months, right? But the people that are going to get it now are going to be the people that put their name on the list for the Herscripts Medicated Serum. You're not here for that though, okay? But I had to throw it in there. Anyway, so that's why you could see reviews and be like, oh, well, it's fake. It's not fake. It's unethical to be fake. And she doesn't have to, she has the money to not be fake, right? She doesn't have to do that. It's simply that there were control groups that tried this first, all right? $38 is what this goes for. So bring dehydrated and dull hair back to life. This ultra-rich formula is infused with our African oil blend and shea butter to moisturize, soften, and improve manageability. Details: our ultra-rich, buttery, deep conditioner doesn't just coat hair with the illusion of Ooh, I mean, if I didn't know shade, honey. And I'm not saying that she didn't write this. Obviously, she has a dope marketing team. Let me tell you. She has the best of the best marketing team, okay? She can afford it. It doesn't just coat your hair with the illusion of conditioning and slip. It rehydrates, softens, and improves manageability. 12 moisturizing butters and oils restore suppleness and multi-level moisturization, while our patent-pending ferment visibly strengthens. Squalene seals the cuticle. Antioxidant-rich hyssop extract supports shine and hyaluronic acid. Now, my girls that know about hyaluronic acid, if you know, you know, specifically for your face. Now, yes, you can use hyaluronic acid in hair care as well. I have a whole video on here about skincare products, ingredients, being optimal for hair care. Go check that video out, okay? But anyway, retains all that magical moisture, formulated without silicones, without, SLS, SLAS, phthalates, and parabens. Who is it for? Hair craving deeper moisture and hydration, best for curly, coily, and zigzag coiled hair. And it has what they call their signature fragrance, which I didn't read the last time. It has rich and complex temple oud, has notes of oud, Australian sandalwood, warm musk, night blooming jasmine, Haitian vetiver, and violet leaves. Child, this smells like a fragrance, a perfume. Like literally an oud perfume at that, not the cheap ones, honey. Okay, all right. I mean, basically, it's like a perfume for your hair and scalp. Like, okay, they thought about everything. This is a well thought out product. How to use: apply evenly from root to tip on clean section hair. For best results, cover your hair with a plastic cap and add heat with a hooded dryer, steamer, or warm towel. Then you're rinsed thoroughly. Now, it didn't say how long, but I guess like with any deep conditioner, 25 minutes, 45 minutes. Some of you sleep overnight with it, which be careful with that. But listen, it doesn't give you a time frame, but it might say it on the actual thing. I hope I don't have coal in my eye because I feel it. Okay. So the key benefits: ultra rich buttery cream formula, deeply nourishes and delivers intense hydration, revives dehydrated and dull hair, helps define curls, seals the cuticle and leaves hair feeling soft, color safe for human hair and wigs and weaves. Maybe I might do a 2-part because some of y'all, I know y'all attention spans is just not there, but I felt like this deserves the time. Anyway, so let's go into what you care about, the ingredients. Okay, this is what you're here for. Can I read the actual ingredients that no one else understands? So now let's go into it. So basically, review of the formula is that it has a ton of moisturizers in it. Okay, from the water, because it's a water-based formula, the alcohols in this, it has the oils like olive fruit oil. It has the same oils that the strengthening mask had. It has squalene in it. It has watermelon seed oil. All the oils are good for fatty acids. And I might repeat this again because I don't know if I'm going to break this down into 2 videos. Maybe not, because it's one video about the review. But oils are good for fatty acids. Fatty acids are essential for hydrating hair, but providing nutrients and nourishing your hair. Okay, so it's feeding your hair. So these oils are just excellent for all of that. So it has a ton of oils in it. Shea butter. We all know shea butter, right? And it has the squalene, which is good for hydration. All right, so good for conditioning and nourishing. It has this patented technology which conditions and nourishes. Also more oils. It just has a ton of oils. And then the functional ingredients that's in here, meaning what are the ingredients that actually makes it work? What makes it different than you just buying a whole bunch of oils individually and just stirring it up yourself, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? But what makes it different? Well, the functional ingredients is the sodium hyaluronate, which is AKA hyaluronic acid, right? Which is a powerful humectant that attracts and retains moisture in the skin. Now, why does she add hyaluronic acid if she already has honey in her patented technology? Well, duh, right? This is a deep conditioning or a deep moisturizer. So she wants to moisturize in different ways, right? So honey moisturizes in a way, or the patented technology moisturizes in one way. She wants to moisturize from all different angles of the spectrum. So she wants to cover moisturization in different ways, okay? So the hyaluronic acid, basically she has thickeners and emulsifiers in here, like some cetrimonium chloride and a couple of other ones, the polyquaternium 10, the acetyl hydroxyethyl cellulose. Those are basically thickeners, okay? The goal for that is to give your hair, they're thickeners of the product, but also it gives your hair the appearance of more fullness, right? You know, it has the antioxidants in here and exfoliation benefits for the scalp. So antioxidants are good for basically fighting free radicals, which free radicals damage your hair. They damage cells. They damage the melanocytes, which causes the pigmentation of your hair. So it causes premature graying. It causes damage. It wreaks havoc. I talk about free radicals all the time. They're just compounds that just go around your body, just wreaking havoc, destroying all good cells. And so you need to up your antioxidant intake because they can destroy good cells to the point that, you know, we need good cells in our body. And so I talk about things like autophagy also to combat free radicals, but that's a video about something else, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to subscribe to the channel, okay? I'm trying to make it easy. You know, it has stuff that provides color to the formula. It has a citric acid, which is a pH adjuster. It makes sure that it's the right pH. It doesn't cause any type of, you know, imbalance to the scalp. It has a whole bunch of functional stuff in it. It has an anti-inflammatory in it. It has vitamin E and antioxidant in it. It has a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it has a microbial thing in here. It has something to fight bacteria. I mean, listen, there's a lot of money that was invested into this brand. I can tell, you know? So how does it work? The mechanism of action, it hydrates, it nourishes, it conditions, and it has anti-inflammatory properties like the botanical extracts that, you know, offer calming, you know, if there's any irritating, if there's any irritation, it's going to reduce irritation. Yeah, I mean, listen, is there any like safety issues? No non-toxic chemicals. There are ingredients that are clinically proven to hydrate, like the hyaluronic acid. I didn't see squalene in this one in particular, but I don't know if I missed it. You know, let me see. I believe so. I'm not sure. Anyway, it does have the hyaluronic acid in it, which has the clinical studies to support it. Point blank in the period. Is it a good deep conditioning mask? Yes. I'm not gonna lie, it's highly nourishing, highly moisturizing, highly hydrating. So listen, regardless of how you feel, regardless of any of the other noise going around the brand, I am here to provide an unbiased opinion on the ingredients, on all the different science surrounding it. And this brand definitely is positioning itself as a Sephora brand, a science-based brand that's rooted in research and development. I didn't even read the story, but I'm telling you, I could tell you based on what I'm looking at, what it is. Now for dupes, right? You had to stick around this long to get the dupes. Here's a list of the dupes. I'm just gonna post the product dupes. I'm not even gonna name them. So, listen, guys, at the end of the day, is this something that I would use based on efficacy, based on how it works? I might run out and buy it. I'm torn between if I would pick one or the other, because they both have different functions. One is to moisturize and hydrate. The other one is to strengthen, and it hydrates while it strengthens, right? Listen, it is Cecred Herscripts approved. It's a big fat yes. It is. Based on the two products that I reviewed. I did not review everything else. Based on the products that I reviewed, based on the ingredients, based on the science, yes, it is Herscripts approved. Now, will you go out and buy it because of your opinions of Beyonce, because of, things that you agree with that she may or may not do? All of that extra stuff, bro, that is now your personal conviction and whether or not you're gonna go out and buy it. I listed Dupes because I know that there's some people that are like, no, we're anti her and we're not supporting her. And I respect that as well. And so I listed Dupes so that if you still want the same benefits, even though you may miss a few things here, but very similar formulations, I included that, and some dupes under $15 for my baddies on a budget, right? Because we all got different life situations. So anyway, this is a long video. I don't know if this is gonna be a 1 hour. I don't know if this is almost that's retarded. It's almost 45 minutes. So I may have to break this up into 2 videos. But yeah, that's my review, part 1 and part 2, okay? However way I do it, of the Cecred hair care line by Beyonce. It is Herscripts approved. So there you go. Do what you want with that information. Take a look at the dupes. Love you, baddies. Subscribe for more tea on this channel. And yeah. Bye.